Listen up, guys. The topic is, what is job title? What does a job title means to you? Right? When we decided to take on a job, right? What is the purpose of a job? Right? What is the purpose of a job? A job is to get money. You to provide food, shelter, clothing, house, roof over your head, for your wife and for your children, for family, for the purpose of family. This is how our society is structured. But another side as to having a job now, what I see is that the job title is so important. It's not about providing anymore, right? It's not about providing anymore. It's about how people see you, how people perceive you, how people understand, look at you from the outside. So to me, this is just a cover up and a shelter for who you really are as a person, because you use your job title. The person doesn't have to know you. Some people, the first time you meet them, they want to tell you, oh, my job title is this. Right then, you're using the job title to actually sell something to me, who you are. You're trying to sell that to me, really, right? So you even have people, nowadays you have all of these so-called lower positions, in our society, that the job title has these sophisticated terms and names. Some of them you can't even pronounce these names. It just shows me that people now are catching up to society, which means that nobody wants to be looked down on based on what they do. And this is exactly what society is doing, because no longer it's about providing. It's about the man ego, the woman ego. Woman has ego to, not only man, woman has probably even more ego than men, right? As much as you want to have be the best on the planet, woman wants to be the best on the planet as well. You have all of these job titles that all of a sudden, once you mention these job titles, you as a person expected a certain respect from people, right? That's why you get into these jobs, right? But the function of a job is to provide, right? If you are providing for your family, people, doesn't matter what somebody thinks about you. Doesn't matter if they think you're smart, the job title make you smart, and it make you stupid. We need everybody in the society. We need all job function, all job titles. You could never truly be happy if you live in this continuous, perpetual cycle in your mind, running it through your mind all the time about job titles. Oh, I gotta be a manager, I gotta be, a supervisor, I gotta be, working in some big shot office. Job titles is a social status thing. You can lose your mind. You can be so unhappy just by trying to have these job titles. Is it really something that you really like? Do you like this job that you're doing? Are you just doing it because your wife wants you to do it, or you're a friend of the family, want to introduce you to their family, and they're like, hey, Joe's a doctor. Like, come on, guys. We're so primitive in our thinking. Basic form of thinking. Some of these jobs, really don't even pay that much. Husband might have a great title. You might say you're a manager, or manager for what? Or who are you managing? What are you counting? What are you doing? Minimum wage, you're making 40, maybe $50,000 a year. What are you really managing? You have all these different kind of managers, CEO, all these big names. You know, man, guys are making T-shirts and calling them CEO. You know, guys are counting burgers and fries and managers. What are you really doing? How much money are you really making? These are just titles. If these jobs are not providing for your family, they might have a great name, but who cares? Who cares? People might give you respect based on these things that you have. But if you're relying on people's respect, that's not true respect. Respect is when you are true to yourself. You're doing what's truly make you happy. You're providing for your family. You're feeding your children. You're respecting people out there. You know, you're doing your duty in society. How you live, how you conduct yourself in society. This is more important than a stupid job title. You know, you're talking to another guy who proper from another culture. He's probably don't have that crazy job title that you have. He's not a CEO of a t-shirt company, right? He might just work at a big factory. A factory that that's well known, big. You know, whatever, FedEx, UPS, and he's able to maintain his family, buy a house, buy a car, send his children to university, and create generational wealth, stability. But all you're thinking about is some big name titles. Waste your time. Don't waste your time with that foolishness. A job is there. You have a job to make money, put food on the table, provide for your family. What you are up here is separate. Keep that separate. Separate that. Separate. You have to make that choice for yourself. Right? So next time, guys, think about it. Before you put down somebody in the job that they do, they might be making a lot more money than you. They might be more highly intellect than you. They might not have the job skills that you do. They might be a greater and better leader than you are. Your job title doesn't make you none of these things. I'm telling you that much. So please, have some respect for the hard-working people out there that are trying to provide for the family.